Y100.9 got Lauren Conrad on with me. You may know her from a little show called The Hills, but she's also the author of the LA Candy series, LA Candy and Sweet Little Lies, which is your new one, right?
Yes.
I have to ask you a little bit about the book, because the book, for everybody out there who doesn't quite know what the books are about, they're about a group of people on reality shows. So definitely goes hand in hand with your life.
Yes.
You write from experience, I assume?
A lot of it. I think at the very end, I felt like I'd kind of had a crazy past 5 years. So I took that story and basically made up people and made them relive another version of it.
And it makes sense because you're sort of the expert on that.
Well, you write what you know. So I knew all about this. And I know the things that maybe didn't necessarily happen to me, but things that do go on in Hollywood. And so I wanted to do kind of a pull back the curtain look.
I watched Laguna Beach. I watched The Hills. I watched all those shows and everything. And one thing I was always curious about was it's sort of scripted reality.
We were never given a script. I think it's hard because the show affects your life, and then they're still recording your life. So it's very weird, but it's difficult to film a reality show, especially when you're on one where the show doesn't recognize the celebrity it brings. It became increasingly more and more difficult to film.
How much is real and how much is set up and that you kind of work around what they tell you to? Like you were talking about one of the producers texting one of the characters in your book on talk about this or whatever. Does that stuff like that really happen?
Yeah, they want you to kind of stick with stories that are going on camera and kind of avoid things that they can't cover anyways. And a lot of times you get put into a situation that, you're in it because producers put you there. But, your reactions are your own. So it's a weird reality.
Right. A lot of those other people, were they friends that you kind of met through the show because they wanted them to be on the show, or were they your friends?
Both. Some of my friends I knew previously, and other ones I met through the show. But, a lot of them, for example, Audrina was our neighbor, and, they went in there ahead of time, and one of our producers happened to see her and asked her if she'd be interested because, you can't just be walking down the hall and be like, hey, what's up? Then all of a sudden cast someone yourself. You have to, there's a little bit of work that goes into it before.
And what else are you going to take on?
I also am working as an executive producer on a movie which is based on the book series.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've just been involved with TV for a while, but to be able to be working on a movie is kind of neat.
It's Y100.9.